Are you also stuck in quarantine right now and you're super bored like I am? Keep on watching because I'm gonna show you 12 tips to pass your time. Welcome back, you guys. Thank you so much for clicking on this second video of mine, and as I told you in the intro, it's gonna be 12 tips on how to pass your time when in quarantine. As I told you, this is my... Did I tell you? No. It's my third week now. Tomorrow will be my fourth. So obviously I've been kind of coming up with things to do during this week. It's hard to find things to do when you're kind of locked in your house all the time. Before we dive into these 12 tips, I would love for you to subscribe and please also hit the notification button so that you can get notified of my next video. Tip number 1. Me and my husband were super fortunate that we can work from home, but I know that's not the case for everyone. Either if you can or you can't, try to create a new normal every day. I know it's hard, but try to get up in the morning, take a shower, get dressed, don't wear your pajamas all day or whatever. Try to make it feel like a normal day with routines. Routines are super important to us. For me, the most important thing is to set up a nice workspace at home. I bought this ergonomic laptop stand and I also bought a keyboard and a mouse, all to make my home office feel more like a real office. And I just put it up in the morning and I take it down in the afternoon when I'm all done. And I know that being at home, not being able to go to work, can make you feel a bit like unproductive. So I think it would be a good idea if you just kind of set up a weekly schedule, maybe see what you're doing on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Either if it's just defrosting your freezer, if it's like vacuuming behind the couch or whatever. Just do something that you know will make you feel good once you've done it. And I know that will make you feel a lot more productive. Tip number 2. My second tip is to try some new hairstyles, so just style your hair. I don't know if it's the same in every country, but here in Norway, all the hairdressers are closed for at least another 2 weeks. And let's say I should have gone to the hairdressers weeks ago. Try to make what you can of what you already have until you're able to be rescued. Already have some grey hairs, that shouldn't be there. I just love my heat brush from Babyliss, and I think it's the best hack for getting a nice blowout when you're at home. Here I just had to do a quick and easy touch up before going into a conference call, so I didn't do anything fancy, but why not try to learn how to braid your hair or maybe curling your hair with a straightener. I had this phase in high school where I had this kind of huge thing for Audrey Hepburn, so I did I don't know what it's called, chignon, like when you have your hair back, like really high, like she has in Breakfast at Tiffany's. And I became really good at that. That's not a hairstyle that you would probably walk around with at home in quarantine anyways, but it would be cool to learn how to do it, right? Tip number 3. My third tip is to go outside for walks. First of all, getting out of your house or out of your apartment is a super good way to not feel as trapped as you might do otherwise in quarantine. The second thing is that the daylight and the fresh air is a super pick-me-up. So I usually go for walks like during lunchtime, so I will get some sun and I'll get some fresh air. The fresh air will make you feel less tired and it won't be as hard to go back to work afterwards. And third, we are made to move. Humans are made to move. And I do notice kind of the crease in steps because I have this smartwatch and I can see my steps every day on this. And usually on a normal day when I'm commuting, going to the train or from the train or to the office or walking around the office talking to people, it's not a problem for me usually to reach at least 10,000 steps or more than that. Like right now, I'm up at 1,400, so it's a tenth of where I'm usually walking in a day. So taking some walks during the day is a super good way to sneak in some extra steps and get some extra exercise during the day. Tip number 4. 4. So my next tip is to have a spa at home. Since you don't have to go outside, why not try to do some of the things that you're usually not able to do because you have to be somewhere? I did a hair mask because I wanted to try to make my hair look a little bit better. And I also did a mini facial because all the indoor air is really making my skin feel dry and not as clean. And again, it doesn't have to be fancy or exclusive. You can do a mask with practically everything you have at home. Avocado or oatmeal or honey. Just Google it and you will find a ton of recipes. I would also recommend doing a manicure and give your hands some love, because all of the hand washing that we're doing right now is really drying them out. But there is so much else you can do. You can give yourself a pedicure and show your feet some love, or why not try to do a fake tan? Just make sure you give yourself a cozy atmosphere, light some candles, maybe pour a glass of wine, and take your time. Tip number 5. My next tip is to do your makeup. Here I was just doing a natural makeup with a touch-up of mascara and lipstick and cream blush, just so that I would look alive in my conference calls. Makeup always makes me feel a bit more awake and confident, and if you have a lot of time you can do whatever. Maybe you want to learn how to contour or make the perfect eyebrows. It's a lot of fun, and maybe you can find yourself a new look. Number 6. Tip number 6. My next tip is to create your own restaurant at home. If you can't go to your favorite restaurant, make it come to you. Order fedora or some takeout and get yourself some nice comfort food. We decided to get ourselves some Italian pizza from our favorite pizza place. We lit up some candles, we poured some nice wine, and you can always put on some music in the background to create a nice atmosphere. Tip number 7. And I can't really do a tip video on what to do in quarantine without sneaking in some online shopping, right? As you saw in my last video, I currently have a thing for Fendi, so I went onto their website to check a few things out. I found a really cute twilly, and I did order something else that I'm excited to show you in another video. And maybe you can start planning your spring-summer wardrobe. You know, even if you're not able to go anywhere for a vacation, you might as well just look fabulous in your staycation in your hometown. Tip number 8. So after you've done all of this online shopping, you know, you bought some cute outfits, you found some nice shoes, you gotta make some room for them in the closet, right? So my next tip is to organize your closet. And I actually did this a few months ago. And even though, guys, I don't really want to show you the before pictures, I am going to insert a clip right here with the before and the after. Every time I open my closet now, I get really happy. It's such a zen feeling. I can see what I have, I like all the things I have in there, and I also feel like I actually have something to wear now. The things I didn't like was just cluttering up my space. It made me feel anxiety every time I opened the closet door. And as I said, it hurts to show you the before pictures, but I just wanted to show you guys how much of a difference this actually can make. Tip number 9. Next tip is to get a new hobby or try something new. And me, since you're watching this, you probably already noticed, I started my own YouTube channel. It's something that I've been thinking about for a really long time, and since I have a lot of time to kill now, I thought, why not try it now? My first video, or this one for that matter, is by no means a masterpiece, but you gotta start somewhere, right? It can be anything. You can learn how to paint, you can draw like watercolors, or you can do really cool acrylic nails or whatever you want to do, but everything is on YouTube, so you just have to search it up, and there's a lot of great people that can show you how to do it. Tip number 10. So my next tip is to work out, and as I said, it's super important for us humans to move, and as you're sitting still a lot of the time, it's extra important that you get your body moving. You can work out by yourself or with your quarantine buddy, outdoors or indoors. You don't need any special equipment. I usually work out at home anyway, so I already have some equipment like booty bands and dumbbells, but a water bottle would take you a long way if you want to add some weight. Movement is also really good for your mental health, so if you're feeling bored or down because you can't go out and do the things you usually do a few exercises and I promise you, you will feel a lot better. Tip number 11 is to read books. And you know, in my normal hectic everyday life, I usually don't prioritize to read, and that's a shame. So do catch up on your reading. When you're not able to go outside, you can just lose yourself in the story and really just read all day if you want to. Make yourself a nice drink, a tea, coffee or red wine or whatever you want, and just get cozy. I also love listening to audiobooks and podcasts. I'm a true crime fanatic, so that's mostly what I listen to, but there is a podcast for literally everything. The good thing about listening is that you can do other things at the same time. Maybe do it while you're cooking, taking a walk, or why not try to get some cleaning done? try to see this time as a luxury, because usually we don't have the time to stay in all day and just read a book and turn every page and just get lost in the story, but now we can. Tip number 12. I'm still out of fingers. I'm just gonna give up. At the end of this list, I have organize and go through your photos. I have so many weird screenshots, like mistake selfies, ugly selfies, pictures that kind of just are of someone's foot. And something that I've been meaning to do for almost 2 years now is to make something out of our wedding photos and honeymoon photos. We just have so much material, and you know, when it's on your phone or on your Google Drive, you hardly ever watch it. So why don't take some time to turn those vacation photos into a photo book, order some printouts and make a cute photo album maybe. At least that's going to be my goal before this quarantine is over. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've gotten some great tips on what you can do when you're bored in quarantine. And if you have some other tips that I didn't mention, please feel free to comment them here below. Also, please consider to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can get notified of my next video. Until next time, take care. Bye.